Hey there, welcome. How are you doing today? Well, I hope you're fine and you're about to get even better because now we are going to be solving the guess game Wordle with APL, and that's going to be really fun. And before we start, or in order to start, actually, what I want to do is I want to show you what Wordle is, just to make sure we are talking about the same thing, and I'll also show you what we will be building so that you know where we are headed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change directories into the directory where I know my code lives. So this is the end product, and I'm going to give you just a sneak peek. So that's going to be documents, programming APL Wordle. And now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link my session with my current workspace with the workspace in this folder. And now what I can do is I can load a bunch of words with length 5. So words is now a matrix that has over 8,600 words and 5 columns. So the words here have 5 letters. So these are the first 10. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the side here. And now what I want to do is I want to open Firefox and I want to go ahead and Google for Wordle. So I know the game, but I don't know the secret word yet. So we're going to use APL to play with us. Alright, so how does this game work? Assuming you don't know. We have 6 attempts to guess a secret word. And we know that the secret word has 5 letters. And the way this works is you type in a guess, let's say a rose, and when you press enter, the letters get color-coded like this. Now what does this mean? The gray boxes or the gray squares mean that these letters do not show up in the secret word at all. And the green squares in the O and in the E, they mean that the secret word has these letters in these positions. And finally the S in yellow, it's in yellow because we know that, or being in yellow tells us that the secret word has an S, or at least an S, but not in this position. So now what we do is we're going to go ahead and type in our guess and the score we got. And we're going to represent the score as follows. So we're going to use zeros for gray squares. We're going to use the number 2 for a green square and a 1 for the yellow. So this is the A, which is gray. This is the R, which is gray. This is the O, which is green. The 1 represents the S, and the 2 represents the E. And we're going to give this to a function called filter, and we're also going to give it the words. And now this is going to filter out a bunch of words that are no longer possible guesses. So right now we went from, this is amazing, we went from 8,600 words to 15 words. So let's actually take a look at those. So this is, the secret word must be one of these. Now I'm going to eyeball it and see, a bunch of them start with ST. So let's go with Stoke. Let's see what Stoke gives. Alright, so this was pretty close. So Stoke, we got the S and the T correct, and we missed the K. So now what we can do is we can call this filter function again. So what our guess was, well, it was Stoke, and the score was 22202. And now we filter our words, and this gives us the new words. Oh boy, now we have 4 words and they're all the same up to the letter in here. So now we just have to try all of these out. So stole. Actually we don't. So there's 2 game modes. There's the hard game mode, which is not on currently, and there's the easy game mode. So for the easy game mode, I get to type whatever I want whenever I want. But in the hard game mode, I need to obey the rules that the letters that I already have. So if this were the hard mode, I would have to place something that has an S here, a T here, an O here, and an E. And that would mean I would literally have to guess these 4 and be lucky. Except that, well, these are just 4 options and we have 4 guesses left, so this would be fine. But in the easy mode, I can type whatever word I want. So I can type a word, I could try to type a word with all of these letters, and then the letter in yellow would tell me the letter that should go in there. So let's see. Do I have... I'm trying to think. So actually what we're going to do now is we're going to reload the words. And now we are going to ask for words that contain, let's see, that contain an L, an N, and a P, but in other positions, to see if we can come up with a word that has all of these letters. And we don't care about the question marks. So filter words. Alright, so let's go with the word, I don't know, plane. Right, this is a fairly straightforward word. Alright, so the P, the L, and the N are not in our final word, so we know it must be the word stove. Alright, so this is how the game goes. And now it says that I was able to guess, to get it in 4 attempts, fine. So this is how the Wordle game works. And the main function that we want to implement is this filter function. And that's essentially what we will be doing throughout this series. Now all of the code will be linked to, and I will put it in a GitHub repository so that you can fetch it. And yeah, without further ado, let's start.